Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching from. Thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Max, and I'm the CEO because Bitcoin. Joined today by Tucker, the one and only, the best. There is no second best. Tucker, our CFO here because Bitcoin. We should have the rest of the crew joining us here very, very soon. But for right now, it's just me and Tucker. But we're going to put the team on our back. We're going to carry this thing through whatever forest or we're going to carry it through the end zone, man. We're gonna bring it home.
Yeah.
We're it's like fourth and one. We're down by 7, and we're gonna give it to our fullback here, Tucker, and he's just gonna bring us home. But guys, before we get into the video, if you could please like and subscribe if you are new here. So please, let's run that like count up right away, as always, and I won't have to badger you guys later on in the show. We've been shooting for about 40 likes recently, and you guys always, I think we got almost 50 yesterday live, which is just incredible. So please hit that thumbs up button for us. It does wonders for the algorithm. It does wonders for the channel. And the reason we're able to grow so quickly is because of your guys' commitment and dedication to the show and helping us grow here because Bitcoin. So again, thank you very much. And if you are new here, watching the replay later, we are because Bitcoin. We are a financial media company with a very heavy emphasis on digital assets. Our team consists of traders mainly. And we would love if you would subscribe to our channel. We're pumping out a lot of content, and this is Market Check, our daily live show. We go live Monday through Friday at 10:50 a.m. Eastern time with a normal cast here. We are missing a few people, but they will show up shortly. So if you like the show, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. But lots to talk about. We are getting a little bit of an early morning flush here. Nothing too crazy. I think we're honestly gonna recover out of this for crypto at least. But Tucker, let's pull up the charts, man. Let's take a look at things and let's see what you're seeing.
Let's do it.
Holding structure, right? Like I said, a dump, but it's like, what are we really talking about here?
I mean, I was watching it here. I was like, oh no, we're nuking. I think if you zoom out, it still looks okay, right? Like, we still are, putting in higher lows. You got these lows, you got these lows, you got that low. If this is a low, it's still a higher low, right? So this might be a lower high though, unfortunately, potentially, right? So you gotta watch for the shift in market structure because as soon as out, as soon as you, let me get rid of this. As soon as you put in this lower high, man, it was over, right? So just be aware of market structure. You don't really want to wait for the lower low necessarily. You want to just wait for a lower high, but I don't know. I think
that's concerning is if you see that wick, the wick to the left, the furthest left wick. No, all the way to the left. The upper one.
This one?
Yep. If you draw a horizontal line right there, kind of looks like a range high, if we're being honest.
It does.
For being impartial.
Yeah, if we want to make it a range.
A little deviation. But
yeah, if we want to look at it like a range, like it's probably something like that.
So range high of 35.3 roughly, range low of 33.7, give or take.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. I'd say so. Something like this. Let me get rid of that. Okay.
And by the way, my base case has been that Bitcoin will range and altcoins will outperform and catch up during that time. So maybe, Bitcoin dominance. Actually, would you be able to pull up Bitcoin dominance on a second chart as well? Because that could be interesting to look at. If Bitcoin dominance is due for a little bit of a correction here, then maybe Bitcoin goes to the range low or even like low 34s. Bitcoin dominance pulls back and altcoins hold up okay and then rally a bit out of this, because my base case has been altcoins need to catch up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Bitcoin should range, altcoins should catch up. And that would make sense if Bitcoin dominance pulls back. I mean, it looks like it kind of did already. Maybe this is what we're talking about. Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's been pulling back a little bit, and this whole
You say it's been pulling back or it's been pulling back?
it's been pulling back.
Both, right?
Yes. I mean, this whole little area is where you'd look for it to pull back into. We've kind of seen it already. I mean, it started pulling back once, of course, once Bitcoin started bull chopping upwards and kind of going sideways, right? So it pulled back then. It's kind of ripping now since we're getting a little move out of Bitcoin a little bit. Yeah, on that candle, it really pumped right there. So, I don't know. I mean,
see this hold here if we're going to be bullish. Like, you should see this hold.
Yeah. No, we definitely should.
I don't think we're gonna hold it.
You think we're going through?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
You think this was our lower high?
Well, I think 33 is possible, and then maybe a little bit more chop.
33 flat.
Yeah, maybe a little bit lower, but that's where I'd look for a reaction. I think coin puts are such like a nice way to play long-term downside, though.
Yeah, I mean, you got this whole area. Inefficient, man. Inefficient. That's what we were talking about the other day. I could see like because there are longs all through here, right? So just, wipe these guys and then you can go maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a huge move this morning, but what is the here's the other issue too. Is this yearly VWAP. We've just been grinding up against it for like weeks now. Unable to flip. I think if you like wipe and then flip that, there's your long right there. But
is that the second standard deviation VWAP?
The third. It's the third. That's the final boss. Yeah.
Oh,
that is the final boss up there. So
you could maybe call that slight overextension if we're being, unbiased about things. That's
so
just a little bit. But if we enter a trending market, then it's not. Like if you go back and you look at previous years when we've been trending up or down, you can ride that third standard deviation for a long time. Yeah, because we could be at the inverse of where we were in like like June of 2022, Tucker.
The inverse of
right there.
Here.
We could be like there where we stop, we get stuffed at the third standard deviation, we chop and correct, the second standard deviation, or maybe even the first one meets us, and then we continue onward,
If we did that, that would be a big drop.
No. The VWAP meets us, brother, not the other way around.
You're saying we just do one of these?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I also like that ETH filled in the CME futures gap just now. I'm a gap filler. You guys know me. I've always been a gap filler. Maybe I need to say that better. Gap filler.
Wait, isn't it to here though?
Yeah.
No. You can partially mitigate it, brother. You can partially mitigate it.
Did it though?
Yeah. Go down. Go to like the 4 hour or 1 hour or something. We wicked into it.
Barely.
Still a wick.
I don't know.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. There is a chance. Yeah, it's a pretty big gap though.
I'd like it a little deeper. At least the 50 fib.
Yeah. So 1860, but what is that on actual ETH? On real
Well,
ETH?
so we've had a premium on the CME futures for like the past 2 weeks. So you'll notice that CME futures is trading higher than spot pricing.
Yeah, it's about $13 higher, so 1860 would be like 1850-ish for real ETH.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all.
I do have this line drawn, and I'd like to see it.
TO3.
Oh no, is it a deviation, bruv?
We need to ask Lance about it.
Go ahead and pull up Qs.
No, we're on ETH right now, Will. We're on ETH.
Tell me how much of a deviation Qs are. And I'll tell you how much of a deviation that ETH's not doing.
Good morning, Will.
Good morning.
Face ripper.
Flip any more NFTs for like 100 grand profit or no?
I don't know if I could do that again, man.
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean?
What did you just say?
I said I don't know if I can do it again.
Oh, I thought you said I don't know if I could do that, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure you did that yesterday, but I didn't hear what you said. Or I misheard what you said.
Jeez, man.
Well, honestly, pure luck. At the end of the day, I just put a bunch of them up for stupid prices, and then some people come along. And I like that. Let me go ahead and drop some pennies on that thing.
Yeah.
I got some 101s too, though. Those things sell pretty decently, actually.
Dude, speaking of NFTs, I don't want to go into a whole discussion here because we actually have a very special space planned for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But boys, the pandas are ripping off the floor. Who could have foreseen it?
Yeah, who would have guessed that?
Who could have foreseen, man?
Who could have foreseen?
So
The pandas are up 30% off the floor since the boys started scooping. And yes, they're largely off the floor because me and Tucker have been pushing them off the floor, but that's beside the point. They deserve to be well over 1 ETH, so we sent them there. It's that simple. That simple.
So Max, you're telling me it's not just like $30 like my ladies because ETH price went up?
No, the floor is actually moving.
Look at this, man. Look at this, man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, Milady price looks pretty good.
Tommy, just pack that in. Come on now, pack that in.
Tommy,
all you guys, pack that in. Especially you, Tucker.
Look at this. Look at this.
Mr. Investor.
The investor.
Yeah.
It's called generational wealth, Max.
Dude, if Jay Smoove is correct, it actually is. There's a guy in our Discord. I don't know if he's watching right now. He owns like 50 Miladies.
Yeah.
I'm not even embellishing. Like he actually, for the past month, I've been watching him accumulate, and he posts every one that he buys with the number that it is for him. Like this was 41. This was 42. He literally owns like 50 Miladies, and then a bunch of Remelios too. It's pretty incredible, man. That conviction is something else. Putting VWAPs on the Miladies, man. I don't know. Does that work?
Hey, do you know?
This is where we bought the first time, man, and we sold it up here.
You know what that reminds me of with my ladies? It reminds me of people buying penny stocks right before the 2008 crash.
I mean, crypto is penny stocks.
My man Will.
Let's be real. We're all buying penny stocks right now.
Let's be real. Most of what we hold as assets have no intrinsic value whatsoever.
Zero.
And it's a giant bubble,
zero.
and none of us care. So it's fine. It is what it is.
I don't own a single NFT with an actual dollar value, but sometimes people throw dollars at them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to look at it. Like it means
Like
nothing.
when I buy NFTs, I have full intention of losing all my money.
Yep.
Unless it's providing you,
win.
unless it's providing you a service, a utility, access, it does something that people could deem to have a value and attach a value to, then it's just a picture with empty promises. Okay?
Exactly. And sometimes people want to pay a lot of money for empty promises.
They want to, well, most of NFT culture is really based around, I mean, it's a bunch of men that are probably lonely and they literally just want to be a part of a community. And if they buy this picture, then they're part of like a group and they have group chats to hang out in and they have friends and engagement. That's literally the backbone of most NFT projects. Some like the pandas are not like that at all. Like that's a real project. It's a real business, which is why I'm interested in them.
Come on, Todd.
I don't have to, I don't have to buy NFTs for friends. I just pay you guys because Bitcoin to be my friends. It's way different. So
I thought that at one point, Max, and then I saw that girls also like NFTs.
no, they don't.
So it's kind of like,
No, they
Did you
don't.
see the Bored Ape video, Will? There was not
Look at-
one female at that.
This
at
is
that
it,
party.
Robert. This is it, guys. This is it. This is it. This is the key to NFTs, guys. This is what very few understand. Don't underestimate the number of lonely dudes with money. That's precisely
I'm
it.
interested in Snorlax. Snorlax, what were you saying? You said which one?
The Bored Apes. They had the Ape Fest or whatever over the weekend, and at the dance party. I mean, I'm sure you heard the rumors about how the lights were literally blinding to some people, but there was not one female in sight on that dance floor.
No, it was all men. It was all
There's probably
lonely men.
there's probably like one woman, right? Like one.
Mate, I'm sure there were women there. I just didn't see any in the.
They were working. They were working. They weren't there by choice.
I will say, if you look at their council and stuff, they do have women on their council, and their I forget what their governance side, right? I feel like some projects do have a decent war chest, and they try to flex it a little bit here and there. But I feel like it's just to make things appear as if there's actual utility, where there's not. And that's always my issue with NFTs, right? It's like these NFT projects are sitting on war chests of like hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not even talking about the pool of liquidity. I'm talking about how much they've made and sat to the side, right? And they utilize that to pay people to do nothing, right? Or they pay people to argue, or pay people to pretend as if they're governing something that doesn't really have a government, I guess, or govern whatever, right? It's nothing exists. It's just we're just paying people to pretend like something exists.
Nothing exists.
you get what I'm saying? Like there's we're paying people to make up a fake infrastructure that's not there.
That's why when NFTs lose, like it, I mean, they are the epitome of a collectible, right? They have as much value as we assign to them. But that's also why I think, NFTs are so reflexive to the downside, because, once NFTs lose their luster, collectibles you can actually touch, but it's doubly reflexive on an NFT when it's, it starts going down almost parabolically in price. And it's not, and the allure of the collectible is also gone. You can't really hold it. It's literally just a picture at that point.
And you can't create something that doesn't exist. So you can't create governance for something that and say, hey, we're gonna create this. I guess, man, I'm gonna get flamed for this, but
No.
you can't sit there and talk about we're gonna create a DAO, and this is where people can come to like all I hear when I hear people complain about shit is like that they're paying to come there and complain. That's it. Right? They're paying to come complain, and they're paying a lot of money to do it, right? When you buy ApeCoin and you're like, I'm gonna put my vote where my mouth is. What? You're just spending money to come complain. That's
Will,
what
let me
you're
ask you a question. You own a lot of NFTs. What do you think about apes?
Man, I think it's the most disruptive NFT project, while at the same time being the most dysfunctional NFT
Disruptive
project.
to eyesight or disruptive
Yeah,
in a
disruptive how?
So no, I'll explain. So disruptive in the way that it blew up and blew out, and the way that it's still holding liquidity and has liquidity, but I it's like a dysfunctional family, right? It's like a really dysfunctional family. That's what it is. It's a family of people with a lot of them having issues, and some of them, maybe being normal people, but most of them having issues. Like I've heard these people like, and I'm look, I'll tell you guys this. Look, I've talked to a lot of apes, and a lot of them do have a lot of money, right? And they always talk about, I bought this much ape coin to vote And if you guys think you're gonna get that through, I'm gonna buy more ApeCoin and vote you out. And it's like, dude, all you guys are doing is like whipping it out, throwing some money at the wall. Like you're throwing shit at the wall with your wallet, literally with your wallet. Like there's better things to invest. I don't know. I don't know.
Do
Like
we think ApeCoin is about to put in a move, man?
I mean, I just think there are probably better coins you can buy, man.
For sure.
The thing is
trading, but trading
with,
maybe.
Maybe
but here's the thing that you can't fade though with them is that they're so dysfunctional. It's hard to like get them out of the news. It's hard to get them out of the conversation, right? And I think that that's always their aim. It's useless but never goes away.
I mean,
that-
look at that. Man.
I feel like the better alternative to Ape would be to long Blur, which is in a really strong uptrend right now.
Look at
Ironically,
the
I don't know if
volume.
anybody who's been listening to this show since like June knows that we've been kind of talking about Blur a little bit.
Tommy, I did want to talk about the aggregator on Blur. I don't know if you have time for that this morning. I know we normally talk charts, but I think the aggregator would be a great conversation piece.
What about
it?
Just kind of taking a look at it. And like I don't know like if you're seeing something different than what I explained, but like it just seems like you just flip from different, listing site to listing site and look at what they have for data and they all seem off.
Yeah. Are you talking about as far as like floor prices? I think volume is kind of exclusive to exchanges. There's a Dune Analytics page that you can look up OpenSea versus Blur total NFT volume. Something like
I mean also like last sales, right? Like I looked up a couple apes and like one site would have like 25K as the last sale and then another one would have like 36K as the last sale. How are they that far off, bro? Like your data's got to be really skewed to have one site claiming one. It's almost like the oracles don't match up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it might have something to do with the liquidity present, but I'm not really a big NFT trader, so I'm not sure.
Well, are they Chainlink?
Well, it's almost like an arbitrage of just misinformation between the sites. Does that like I guess that's more like even if you were to look at it from a coin perspective.
Dear God.
I don't know. We can get into that one deeper later if you want, like on the side or whatever. But like I didn't find it very helpful. I'll put it that way.
No, yeah, no, that's fine. I haven't really actually used the platform. I just always hear people talking about Blur with NFTs, so figured I would.
Yeah, it seems like a good place to farm. Like that's for sure. Like it seems like a good place to farm, and I think that's what a lot of people do with it. Like I do that on OpenSea Pro and stuff like that. I actually like that one a little bit better.
I like how OpenSea Pro aggregates NFTs from everywhere. Like they bring it in.
I always see the Blur thing on OpenSea Pro.
They're always the cheapest too. Have you noticed that? The ones listed on Blur.
Yeah, they're cheaper.
And I don't know why that is. I don't know enough about NFTs to know why. Does anybody know why?
Pro is the move.
Yeah, Pro.
No, but why on Blur are they always like significantly lower?
I'm sure. I think it probably has something to do with like the farming mechanic with the incentives. I don't know. Maybe it's like some sort of negative funding or like decay on your farming. I don't know. But I know that Blur is like a big for NFT farming. That's what people used to hate Blur, was because people would bid farm and they thought that it just created this relentless sell pressure on NFTs. But I mean, people could also argue prices would have been worse if that liquidity wasn't provided. So I think it's an interesting discussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what, Max? For our BB group, I'm gonna try and put something together between Blur and between OpenSea Pro, because I think we could build a bridge. And I think we could probably build something beautiful for our BB members and see if we can be able to arbitrage and make some money on that side of things.
The NFT art bot, the BB art bot.
If you got enough liquidity, man, you could flip that thing around, man. and just you can make some dollars on it. You just got to swish a little bit.
Yeah.
It does definitely take some risk though. I'll tell you that. Like you got to risk a decent amount of money to play on the NFT side if you're trying to just like twap in and out with different NFTs.
Twap.
I like how you say twap.
Twap.
Like
I
flap.
always think of that like twerk, like the butt, whatever, right? And I'm like twap, twapping in and out.
Pay and twap. I'm gonna twap into pay.
I'm gonna twap
Oh
it.
my god.
Dude, TIA is such a meat grinder. It's so obvious that people are just dumping spot into this. It is
There was an airdrop coin pretty recently that had the exact same PA, and it ended up pumping, I think, above like those 2 humps, but that was like the last that we heard of it. And I cannot for the life of me remember which token that it was.
What, like Sui?
No, it was even more obscure than that. I really don't know many people that were trading it.
Was it Ada?
Oh, I mean, that's definitely not obscure enough. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Now I got him looking for it.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to say it had a funny name. I don't think it was WorldCoin.
I'm not gonna lie though, man. Look, if TIA plays, it plays. But man, they have been crushing that coin every time it tries to come up. The sellers have just been absolutely killing it, man.
I mean, yeah, you can tell that Spot is selling because open interest is literally tracking price to a T.
Yeah.
But
it's all open interest.
you know what I think is coming though? And it's a textbook play. I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna see here probably another week or two. Hey, we opened perps for TIA.
Oh, they got perps.
Oh, they already got them.
I had a trade on perps. I was longing it. And it started to move up, 240, and then just immediately got sold into.
Yep.
And I pinged everybody in our chat, and I was like, I'm out of this thing, man. I made a tiny bit of money on it, but it's such a disgusting meat grinder, man. I wanted no part of it. It's just annoying. It just is so annoying to trade. So annoying.
That 240 is just that crush zone. They come in, they eat you alive when you get up there.
Yeah, there's people are selling into it, man. It's pretty obvious. You can feel it. You can feel them selling into it, man.
Yeah.
In your bones, you can feel it.
Physically,
oh, you can. When I was long, I longed at 230, give or take, and whenever we'd start to move up, I could just like feel it, man. Just in
you
my
knew it was coming.
core of my being, man.
I mean,
you're like, I know they're gonna do it again.
Also, a wild Jackass has appeared. Got to catch them all.
I mean, it's a pretty clean range, right?
It's a good range. I hate when they crush you at certain ranges, man. They're just literally crushing it at the top end range.
I mean, is it a free long? Free long up to 240?
I mean, I would wait for
No.
it to be a better long.
Free long.
There's just better things to trade. There's better things to trade, Tucker.
Oh, I know.
There's no free longs in this game, Tucker.
Yeah, it's called range trading.
Besides maybe owning ETH here at 1880, 1865.
They take it lower before they take it higher.
Deviation.
For TIA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my guess.
I think it's gonna break the range to the downside, fake a lot of people out, and then go. For TIA.
How many people are going to draw PO3s for ETH on Twitter today?
All of them.
I'd like to make a market for how many we see on Twitter today. I bet over 50.
How many? Wait, whose feed? And it's kind of a subjective. How are we gonna? I'm down to gamble, of course. I'm just trying to establish some parameters.
I mean, you know what? You should. You already owe me a bunch from the soul bet, which you're going to lose. So you should just, I don't want you to end up in a bad spot because of this. So
Tommy still thinks he's going to win, man.
He's not going to win. He's not going to win. I'll let him out for 2K right now live on the show, but that's my best offer. That's all I can do.
I will be good.
Oh,
There's the first EO3 drawn on ETH today.
That looks like inverse Jack's chart.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's inverse Jackass.
Low key, it's clean.
I don't think that's happening. The only way that happens is there is also a CME futures gap down there that we left completely unfilled.
Really?
Yes. But something to note about ETH is that it doesn't fill those CME gaps as religiously as Bitcoin does. Not that they're not important, but ETH has left some behind where Bitcoin has.
I did want to talk about something else too that we talked about the other day. It is a stock company that's involved with crypto, not Ethereum, not Bitcoin. But Coinbase, I think a lot of people don't realize if you have, I think 100K plus, they have an institutional / whale side that you can join on their platform.
Have a
Are
what?
there benefits with fees?
They no. So they'll do a lot of OTC and stuff for you. So
Yeah,
like if you,
their customer service is still garbage.
Why would you
I'm
need to do OTC with 100K though? I feel like that's
I'm
just
saying,
a
listen,
big
listen,
extra
listen.
step.
No. What I'm saying is they have that available.
Wait, what the?
So it's not just institutionally available. It's also if you have enough collateral available. But what I'm saying is they're not just a retail platform. Does that make sense? Like they can definitely they have the means and they have the we'll say the back end to help with institutions too.
Tommy,
And
should we show them?
Yeah,
Is it
I don't
alpha
like
for
coins.
you?
I like Coinbase as my fiat on and off ramp. Let me say that. Did you know, by the way, I was going. If you try to deposit from your bank into Coinbase now, it takes 9 days before you can withdraw that to an ETH wallet. It used to be 5.
Yeah.
Really?
That's huge, man.
hold on, are you talking
even
about
even 5 is insane. Like it should
Well,
be instant.
Right. Right?
you're talking about onboarding, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can use your funds on Coinbase, but you can't withdraw it to like MetaMask, Ravi.
Well, it depends. It depends, right? It depends on how you're onboarding. If you're onboarding through the bank, yes, you can get held like a wire or anything like that. You can get held. But if you're onboarding through like say you wanted to onboard through PayPal, I forget what I think it's like 50,000 or something like that. You can do a nice little chunk through PayPal, and that will be instantly released.
Is that
So
true?
yeah, there are different payment methods they'll take that will be instant.
I'm gonna test that.
Yeah, it's like if you go attach your PayPal, it'll say it right on there, like, this much is how much you get available. I don't know if they increase it per like how long you've been doing it, but
Do you mean like available to trade, or like are you talking about the time it takes?
No. I mean, you can move it instantly. It literally says that.
Yeah, see, I use Gemini, and they take like 3 or 4 days too.
Yeah,
I always like Gemini. It's pretty easy to use. It's clean. I like it.
Robinhood is actually fantastic for this.
But
well,
the fills on Robinhood are not great. I have used it.
Aren't great, but also they only let you send 5K in crypto at a time, which is awful. But it's pretty bang bang.
You have 5K?
Huh?
You have more than 5K? Oh my god, he's rich, you guys.
He's a whale.
Oh my gosh, he's an ETH whale.
Yeah, a lot of the time though, Tommy, like when you go to make the purchase, just use different payment methods, and certain ones will say available immediately, and other ones will say available in X amount of time.
What sort of fees do you pay for the instant liquidity, though?
Nothing, because because I have Coinbase One, my bad. But yeah, if you have Coinbase One, you don't pay anything.
I can deposit 1,000 per day with a card on PayPal. Okay, but it's instant.
Yeah, I thought it was more. I think they decreased.
That's kind of nice though. Like if you want to spend, you could just kind of roll through PayPal and just on and off ramp $1,000.
Yeah. Another thing too, like if I'm trying to get in really quickly, I just use MoonPay through like MetaMask or whatever.
MoonPay's nice.
There's something called like Rocket Exchange too. It's like a non KYC fiat on ramp.
Yeah, and like MoonPay. Good.
I was going to ask Tucker what this propaganda is that he drew here, man.
This is some
Straight to jail for you, Tucker.
some Lance propaganda.
Some Lance propaganda. Oh man.
This is some Lance PA recognition, just 200 IQ level. Look at this stuff, man. I mean,
Lance Plutonic, man.
tell me it doesn't look similar, though.
It doesn't look similar.
It does indeed look similar.
No, it doesn't look similar. The context of it is very, very different, Tucker. Very different.
No, hold on.
Watch me dismember this right now. Live on the
on
show.
to something.
There was a
support.
I'll give you that.
You can use, but Tucker, you can use the same fractal for the one in the middle that you missed.
I'm pulling a Tommy. I stole the screen. I'm pulling a Tommy.
I would also say, even if coin doesn't nuke, that I think you'd be much better off if you're bullish crypto buying like any other coin in crypto.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, crypto
For sure.
is the play. It is the play. Why would you buy coin if you can buy crypto? Why would you buy that if you can buy Bitcoin or Ethereum?
All right. First of all, we're very clearly in an ascending channel here, but that's beside the point. I'm going to
that's
save
vertical
this.
accumulation.
Yes, I'm going to save this just because. We're going to call this Max is correct. That's what this folder is called. All right. We're going to save that right there. Now, watch me explain why that fractal is very, very invalid. All right. This move right here, this was a dead cat bounce. All right. We had just come off the back of a nuke. All right. It's not uncommon to see something like this happen after a nuke. All right. Then consolidation. Then we came back to backfill the low. This was our sweep. This was our deviation right here. This was our deviation, bro. All right. Let me know if I lose anybody. All right. I want to really hammer this in here. Right now, we are basically just accumulating. All right. We're going to call it like this is accumulation 1. We'll call it, let's just go turquoise. That's a good color. And now kind of ignoring like the tops here, accumulation 2. All right. We're stair stepping up. Now, if we want to get rid of these and just look at the TA, not just kind of contextualize the accumulation, we're holding here. You know, this move right here is very different than this one, because in this one, we are moving up steadily after setting a low. We're moving and grinding up, stair stepping upwards. And here, I'll even add one more right here upon this little deviation. We're moving up, grinding up, climbing higher. This move right here was a dead cat bounce. And then we had to take out this low. Very, very different move. Now, let me just finish by saying this. Boom.
All right. Hang on. Doesn't this look good, though? Doesn't this look nice? We're holding the lows. We're in a nice uptrend. Boom.
But the context of it, you can't just say it looks, you know.
You could argue we're still within the same range, though, Max.
You had the holding of the lows.
You could argue we're still in the same range that we were. So it would be more so what I'm saying, sideways PA than a trend necessarily. I would still argue.
Yes.
I think coin can accumulate for a much longer period of time.
And I agree with you. Just to be clear, I'm not saying we're in like a really strong trend, but I don't think that we're about to like nuke from 75 down to 28 again like we were. I don't think the context of it makes sense at all. I'm gonna pull a Tommy again and steal the screen.
We don't nuke the 28.
I'm gonna pull a Tommy. I'm gonna pull a Tommy and steal the screen. All right. I would view this as just separate ranges. All right. And I don't even really like this up here. Like it's a sloppy range, but I think that it probably makes more sense to view these like just ranges. Okay. Just like this. And if we want to just view it as one giant range, we could do that too and do something like this. I think that that's really clean. And
that's
either
all you
way,
gotta do right there. That's easy.
And either way, you know, this is a really healthy reclaim above the mid range after mounting this previous consolidation. I think it probably contextually makes sense that we come up here and put in a symmetrical deviation like the one we had below our range low. Range theory suggests a deviation. I don't like that. We're going to go deviation on the top. Symmetrical deviation range low deviation is more oftentimes met with a symmetrical deviation to the other side of the range. So I think contextually, this makes a lot more sense than just dropping back down.
Max, look. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of 25K Bitcoin right now. That's what that reminds me of.
I think that's brilliant, Will. I think that's perffully said.
You know
Astute
what that reminds me
observation.
of, Will? It's probably time to hit the like button.
Oh, he got me.
My man Tommy, that was a good one. Wow.
I was expecting to get cooked, and then I really got cooked.
Okay, guys, Tommy prompted it. Now you're going to get badgered by me. All right, you can thank Tommy for this. If you are enjoying the content so far, please consider just taking one quick moment and not just hitting that like button, not just teasing the like button, but abusing, smashing, battering that like button. Break your mouse when you hit that like button. Show us how you support the stream. Thank you guys so much for being here again. Happy Tuesday. Make sure you're signed into your YouTube account and hit that thumbs up button for us. We got 38 people watching. We got 32 likes on the stream. I think we could easily tag 40 today. The range high of 40 needs to be hit. So if you guys could just spare one quick second for this brief commercial badgering break from yours truly, Max, please hit that thumbs up button. It does wonders. Furthermore, if you are new here, this is Because Bitcoin. This is Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. We go live here every day on YouTube at 10:50 a.m. Eastern time with this full cast that you are seeing here. Tucker, me, Snorlax, Will's Outlook, and Chef Jackus. So if you guys enjoy the show, if you're having fun so far, happy Tuesday. Please consider subscribing to the channel as well. I'm sure a lot of you guys came here from Twitter. Maybe you just, you don't subscribe. You just wait for the link to get tweeted every day. Not good enough. We need that subscribe button to be hit as well. It's a better experience. So guys, please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. And also please consider liking and leave a comment here while we're live about how Max just proved that Tucker's fractal is invalid. It'd be great. It'd be great if you guys all unanimously agreed with me, as you should. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for being here, as always. Thank you for the prompts.
I can't take credit for the fractal, man. It
was
not Lance's fractal.
But real quick, not only it doesn't help the channel, it's free. It's free to hit a subscribe button. It's free to hit a like button. There's nothing more that you could do for us as we bring in free content on a daily basis.
Evan says, my thing says 940 likes. I wish. I got it up right here. Mine says 35. Maybe in a parallel dimension somewhere.
Is he on another channel? Is that what's going on, Evan? Are you looking at another channel while you're watching us?
I mean, it could be 940 likes on 100x leverage. So maybe he's just sliding the leverage bar up, man.
Sliding as he's known to do.
I know we've been on crypto quite a bit, man, but I think, man, we're just sleeping on stocks.
I think so too.
Qs are just ripping. SPY is looking great. Like these things are just like no fake.
Who could have foreseen? Who could have foreseen? Who could have foreseen such a move?
Someone just got wrecked.
Dude, so many people probably capitulated right here and are just in disbelief right now. Just
I hope people aren't still holding puts from the low because they will literally be at zero.
Yeah, it's over, man. It's over for them.
But these drives are absolutely nuts right now in stocks. These are some serious drives.
Tesla, man, it's gonna pump towards the end of this week, beginning of next one. I'm pretty
330.
You guys remember when I did this? I think I sent it to all of you guys. I did this right here. I said this is where we're at. I'll massage this a little bit. I said this. Wow. Who could have foreseen? Let's look at Tesla.
Legend.
Yeah,
legend.
Let's look at Tesla.
This is the one.
There's a little alpha for you guys. I'm not going to talk about it, but if you saw that last ticker, there's a little alpha for you guys. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it, Jackus.
No.
Say it.
No.
All right, look at this.
Yeah.
Boom. TP1, TP2. Boom. Tesla's relationship doing intermarket analysis like Jackus always does. If you just chart Tesla against SPX and NASDAQ, you'll see it's basically just, I mean, this is where all the TradFi guys go to just chase beta, you know? So if
Max,
you're
I
bullish on
chart Tesla.
what?
I chart Tesla against Tesla because Tesla has a cult. Okay. And those people, they want to throw their entire life's wealth into Tesla because nobody knows why.
I mean, here's Tesla SPX. It doesn't even look different than the Tesla USD chart. Are you kidding me? Here's
That's the
Tesla
point.
NASDAQ.
Look
Look at this. Look at this range low. Look at this range
When-
low right here, man.
When
Tesla
Tesla was a part of the SPY, it literally carried it. When they removed it because they wanted to be angry about political biases, it destroyed the SPY. They should have never removed it. So now they're gonna learn. Tesla is just, it's one of those companies, man. It just has that power, and a lot of people, they fade it. I mean, look at where price is right now. It's the most obvious support across the board.
Tesla NASDAQ right here. You want to talk
I
about
like this
potential
chart.
performance?
Well, it's the same as the dollar pair. There's literally, like, the dollar pair is exactly.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying, like, it's, you know, look at the comparison to the two major legacy indexes.
Yeah,
I really like this chart.
I think
You
this
like
one, I think this one can see 245 next week.
bearish,
I
higher
don't know if
comment.
that seems far away or not, but I actually think it can put a pretty nice move in.
I'm shooting for 313, man. I'm not even BSing. I'm shooting for 313. I think that's the high shoulder. It's where liquidity wants to grab.
13. Yeah, I can see that.
That's your high time frame resistance. It's a lot higher. It's a lot higher, but it's still a heavy resistance there, right? Like,
Man,
I mean,
look at what it did just at the beginning of the year. It's the same. It's the same. 2023. Look at that pattern.
your deviation, your value range is gone. Like, people just they're not willing to accept, like, where you could have bought Tesla at a discount, it's gone, right? And now Tesla's back above a discount range, and now people are wanting to bid above a discount range, and that's what they're gonna do.
Fit your bias.
It
Don't-
sounds dumb, but this is what people do. They never buy when things are at a discount. They buy them when they're hot.
Well, why would you
NASDAQ
buy Solana right at, when it was in vertical accumulation in the low 30s when we called it out in our Discord, when you could, or even like the high 20s when you could buy at above 45, right?
Well, I mean, not just that. Why would you buy Solana? At, well, yeah, you're probably all right, but I mean, the people that missed the 8 and now they want to say that it's godsend to all crypto, and it's like, you didn't buy at 8, so what are you talking about? You didn't buy at 15, so what are you talking about? You didn't buy at 20, so what are you talking about? Now you're saying that this is the best crypto out there. How many X's are you expecting at $45 a Solana, right? At 14, what is it? $16 billion market cap. How many times do you think that market cap's going to flip for you to get another X?
People look more at the, it's the whole unit cost thing, right? What's the market cap if ETH is trading at 1,800 and Solana is only trading in the 40s? That's the mental justification.
Do they think they're compared? I'm just saying, like look at network for network and DEX.
They already bag held Sol all the way down for the exact same reasoning.
And they're going to hold it down again. That's the problem. Is the same people that are entering now are going to be, a lot of them are going to be the same exit liquidity next cycle, in my opinion.
Hopefully, I'll be bag holding a first class flight.
No, you won't.
Look, at the end of the day, Sol has momentum. I'll give it that. But network effect, it doesn't even come close to Ethereum.
Who could have foreseen this point of control? Oh my gosh. So much confluence right here, guys. It's insane. Do we lose Jackus? Chargers. Look at this thing, man. Look at this thing.
What was it? Yeah, the equal highs and the daily are kind of nice.
Hey, you want to throw the audience an easy W?
Of course I do, but only if they get to a certain like count. We're at 39.
I'll throw it out there if we can get to 40. If we can get to 40, I'll throw it out there.
Okay. One more like, guys, then Will's gonna alpha dump on you.
They don't believe in me. That's the problem. That's why we can't get to 40.
They clearly do, because we just hit 40 likes, Will. Now you got to do it.
Oh man! All right, so pull up Rivian. Pull up Rivian.
Coming right up.
Easy W. Roll it out. Set it up. Gap fill all the way in.
What is Rivian?
So it's another EV company. Actually, they have deals with Amazon and a lot of other ones too. So they're doing all the EVs for Amazon. They do a lot of we'll say unit cost EVs for your regular retail, but they have some good commercial deals also. Look at that bounce and tell me that thing doesn't look beautiful. Like you are in value.
Let's do this. Let's look at some EV pairs, man. Let's look at Rivian charted against Tesla. That could
You got a long way to go up if that's the case.
I like the way Max started to think.
Yeah.
But I've always looked at Lucid and Rivian in comparison to Tesla.
Rivian, Tesla.
Beaten down.
As before, hence the line. Ooh, that's interesting, kind of. I don't know.
What's that strength look like? Pull up that RSI.
Let's go to the weekly.
Yeah, weekly.
I don't see a ton of signal here right now. You could maybe view this right here as, a deviation, like this little move right here.
Yeah.
But I don't.
By the way,
ton.
Tommy might want to answer Gigi's question in the comment section.
Oh man. Well, there's a famous saying, and Jackus, you can relate to this in football. If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah. Jose Mourinho.
Yes.
0. 0% chance that I lose this bet against Tommy. I'm happy to double, triple, and quadruple down if necessary. My conviction is strong.
Well, hey, I already gave you a great deal, so I'm not going to continue to double down. But I still have faith that I will be proven right by the end of January. We'll see.
Oh my!
End of January.
That was the bet, man. End of January, end of February. I don't remember which one.
No, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You have a
Tommy
little more
has
time.
Romantic.
Yeah, thank you, Evan.
Tommy has balls.
Tommy does have balls, man.
I will give Tommy this. I'm not super bullish 2024. I'm not super bearish 2024. I think there is potential that some of this can be given back next year. There is potential for that. And some could be a lot, right? And I think a lot of people are fading that potential because it is still coming into the halving, not at the halving. And, do I know if a lot brings us back down to $10 SOL? I don't know, right? But do I think a lot can bring us down from $45 SOL or $50 SOL, wherever we're at before there? I do. A lot. I'll just throw that out there. That's kind of my, I'm super neutral with 2024. I got to watch that Q1 and see what that's going to do. And then from there, I can evaluate better.
I still think Sol as a coin is such an enigma, right? Like, how do you value it long term without its primary champion and pump orchestrator, the latter being significantly more important, going to prison forever. Like I think it needs to find a new champion, or else I don't know what, like I really don't know what the long-term future for Sol looks like. Specifically, I know we've talked about that before, but
I mean, Bitcoin's been championing.
I know
Sol,
how.
so.
3 digits. 3 digits.
But here's the thing with that, Snorlax. Like even if you're right in the end, right, or you're right in the middle, or you're right whenever, like you're not going to convince anybody who's bought, right? Other than reasonable people, like obviously people.
I don't have to. I don't
like
have to convince everybody
or
anybody.
The people,
really.
yeah. Like if you were to talk this conversation with Twitter, they would just like it goes up because it goes up. You know that's always their logic. Like there's no price thought process. There's no momentum thought process. It's just don't flood my bags, bro.
Legit. Good point, Will. And I hate those people.
You gotta love crypto, man. It's such a volatile space that it brings that out of people, right? We've all had bags that we've round tripped and it just felt awful.
For sure.
Are you even into crypto if you don't round trip your whole bull market gains though?
You know when it's time to sell is when you start believing the sales pitch, when you
that's when I
really get into it. You're like, no, what they're actually doing is really revolutionary, and like it's going to change everything forever.
Look, I'm not gonna bullshit, Max. When you said that, like I remembered in 2021, I almost started believing the super cycle, and then I thought about how stupid that was, and then I was like, I need to get the hell out of this market.
Once you start actually
Super
buying,
cycle.
when you buy into the cult is when it's time to get out.
When they try to use words that collectively sound great but make no sense in the same sentence, at that point you've reached a peak, and a major peak, right? And you got to kind of step back and let the market eat itself alive.
No, you know what the top is when you start buying stuff like this.
anytime I was going to buy merch for a token, it was like the stone cold top. It was this like the Pico top. But I saw a really good tweet about like holding an altcoin and kind of the life cycle of kind of that culture that they go through and when to sell. And he brought up a really good point. You don't want to sell when the entire community is super welcoming and recruiting everybody. And, like, yes, it's talked about by a lot of people and it's starting to reach critical mass, but you don't really want to sell it until the community leaders start to become a little bit pompous and, maybe not as welcoming to new people. And I thought that was really good advice.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's one more.
Panda's online store today.
Tommy,
I was looking at their online store.
Dude, they're sick, man. They have really cool merch.
I know, but I didn't buy any because it would be the top.
Man, someone has really a green cat in the background.
Yeah,
I keep hearing it the whole time. It's like,
Jackets. Some people feed their animals, other ones just.
Hey, he's been fed. The problem is I have a French door with windows, so she can see me, but she can't get to me.
Oh,
that's
a big problem.
She's like, "What is this magical barrier that's blocking me from getting to you?"
Did you guys go to the... You're good. Go ahead, Jackus.
No, go ahead. I just wanted to... Yeah,
no, I was going to say, you guys need to go to the Discord and look at what Evan just posted. It actually says 942 likes on his end. It's kind of funny.
See it. Okay, that is funny. We like it. We like to see.
Yeah, I think it's time to tweet that out. Yeah.
942 likes.
The show is blowing up.
42 watching. For 42 watching, 900 likes. That's like one of those crypto projects.
Yeah.
So when you know the top is really in is when you start adding utility to things like Doge and Dogelon and Doge AI and
Dude, they are
Elon
all
Coin.
man.
What
Like all these projects are just vaporware, man.
do you know
Oh,
when Floki died? Floki died when it tried to create Flokiverse. It literally just died.
wait, what the hell
Nobody
is
cared about it.
Flokiverse? Is that a real thing?
Nobody knows, but it exists.
That's
So
that's the one thing you can't do with a meme coin is add utility. You literally just have to do nothing, because the second
Yeah.
that you do something, it's not a meme anymore. It's a token trying to become a fundamental project, and now its final catalyst is out of the way. So don't do
Okay.
anything.
Good
Yes,
point.
Tommy,
That's a good
beautifully
point.
said. I know some guys and they run a meme coin, and I'm not gonna say what it is, but it started off as a really great meme, and they went on this mission to try to, and I don't mean this in a bad way, like overly legitimize the project and add utility where you can like spend the meme coin and stuff like that, and you can get all these perks. And then, dude, literally all you need to do is just be really good at marketing. You need to pump your meme coin. That's what meme coin. No one buys meme coins for the utility, man. You buy memes for the pump and the community. It's a social token. I don't want your utility. That's exactly it, Tommy. I've had this conversation so
Speaking
many
of
times, man.
speaking of cycle tops, there is no cycle top until meme coins pump 1000% or something. Until you see Pepe making new all-time highs. Until then, it's not a cycle top. It's as easy as that. Each cycle, Doge has marked the top of the cycle.
What
So
is
until you get
Doge doing right now?
Sorry?
What is Doge doing right now? I'm curious. I was trying to trade it like a week ago. Sorry.
By the way,
sorry for interrupting you. By the way,
Floki looks very good. I would like it just as a little bit more pullback and then nice long, in my opinion.
Here's
But
Doge.
yeah, zoom out more, Max, on Doge.
Kishu
Here you
Eno.
No, not that
Remember that
much.
one?
Okay, you didn't
that's
specify. I thought that's what they
that's
wanted.
well time frame. That's well time frame.
Yeah, okay.
Hey man, don't
Monthly?
be hating. It works.
I'm just joking, Will. I love it.
Straight candles.
Yeah, so Doge is still in accumulation. So that's how early we are still. By the way, go on Doge versus Bitcoin. That's the chart you want to look at.
I mean, this is.
Hey, Miles G has been pretty vocal on Doge too, though. And Miles G is pretty on point.
Miles G is a chat.
That looks juicy, man. That looks good.
It looks floored. It's just the question of like how long is it going to sit here. This kind of looks like the link accumulation to me.
Looks like Dot, man. Pull up Dot. Looks exactly the same.
Maybe we ignore this little scam. This is the link range right here, boys. How long?
Deviation? When deviation?
I want to see some structural breaks to the upside, right?
500 days here, guys. 500 days accumulating.
What's
Come on,
Doge pair look like?
What are we talking about here, guys?
Link Doge. Let's see it.
I want to pull up Bitcoin Doge first.
I'm gonna pull up.
Or you want Doge Bitcoin?
Oh man, yeah. Link is leading
What's
Doge.
what's the halfway point in that FVG on the weekly? It's usually a good spot.
Means the EQ.
Indeed. Isn't that the
Pretty
same?
close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Oh man, hang on, wait a minute.
I mean, Doge likes to do this, just like this gross bleed, and then it just like rips.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm kind of just gonna wait for. I don't even know where I'd want to put this.
Oh,
You want the shift in structure that you got on the Bitcoin pair. That's probably the tell, because the USD pair, what I was going to say is it has been going sideways at like a very tight range, but I want to see it break structure. Otherwise, you know, it's putting in lower highs.
I think it's
No,
time
you
to.
don't. No. You don't want it to break structure. The moment it breaks structure, it's already flying, and it won't give you the chances to get in.
Well, you can always chase on spot at that point. I think if you're breaking out from, what was it, like a 500-day range, the pump is going to be epic, right? Like I don't know that it's going to go from 6 cents to $1 in a day, but maybe like a week or two. And so from that standpoint, I think that you can probably chase spot if you get a true market structure break. But I'm saying more from the standpoint of predicting the move. I think Doge Bitcoin is the best. I mean, it's clearly the best way to do it. It kind of telegraphed not exactly when it was going to pump, but when the Bitcoin pair was floored enough to put in a big impulse candle, right? Because we had that shift in May or June of 2022, and then it started to go sideways with that as support.
Bitcoin's looking a little rough here, fellas. It's looking a little rough.
Interesting.
I think these lows are about to get disrespected.
I mean, you can see that as soon as Doge BTC put in a top, I mean, it was just like, you know, it's like right here. You know, oof.
It's as simple as this, guys. Whenever meme coins are undervalued and alts are ripping, you still have time. But whenever meme coins really pump hard, then there is still some time here and there. But overall, the cycle is heading to its end. It's as easy as that. Meme coins simply mark the altcoin season because there is no utility. And when they start pumping, it's the degens that are starting to get into the market. It's as simple as this.
Yes.
What do we see here, boys? Ethereum.
Look at
a little Ethereum.
Look at
Ethereum.
Bitcoin.
Ethereum.
All right, here we are. We're in the CME futures gap, gentlemen.
At last.
I think ETH is more likely to make a new high locally, or at least it should do it more quickly than Bitcoin. I think at this point,
I would agree with that.
I would expect ETH to outperform Bitcoin.
Yes, agreed. ETH BTC. Here's why I think that too, Tommy. Call this range high. Maybe move this up range low. Breakout. I like this. I think we could do something like this on ETH BTC.
No, I think Sol outperformed ETH to the upside.
Again,
kind of looks good.
Let me see it.
Yeah, kind of looks good.
Sol loves to paint the breakout structure and then just nuke you.
Yeah,
ETH does look good here, actually.
Sol ETH looks kind of good.
I think Soul cuts a bit. I don't think it outperforms. I think it follows, which is the sad part, right? Because I think a lot of people are expecting it to just completely obliterate ETH. I think it comes to a standstill or stagnation at market cap at a certain point and just stops moving.
Hey, Tucker, you get that text? We might have to pop on here.
I saw some email thing. What did he say?
Bobby just texted us.
Yeah, I see that. You want how do you want to do that?
I can wrap us up real quick.
Keep going if you want.
I'm gonna pop on. You guys can hang out as long as you want. I'm gonna pop on with them though.
All right.
Right. Let's
What do you think, Tommy? Come on, Sol ETH, little pop to range highs, equal highs.
Well, I don't know if it's as much about Sol as it is about ETH kind of looking weaker than I expected this morning. Or at least like as far as where they are in the, if they were to be trending lower, Bitcoin, like ETH has moved deeper than Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah. Look at this, man. The trend is shifting. It's just
it's still holding that low for now. But I think if you lose it, it really doesn't paint the best picture for.
There's nothing like turning price off and just looking at the MAs, man. Pretty crazy.
What's that low on Bitcoin? 34.5.
34,060. I just
Probably range if you break that.
Put it back on. Yeah, I just was looking at these lows down in here, basically 34K, but these are, here's the midpoint of this FVG right about here, 32. These lows in here, just about. So this one is confluent with the 100. So I don't know. That's where I'd look.
I have some friends who use support and resistance as well. They use that. Let me rephrase. They use moving averages as support and resistance. When it always grinds my gears when people use it for that.
You can get first.
I know that you're mentioning it right now, so I had
first tap reactions. They work.
They work better in equities than they do crypto, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But the trend, at least you can see the trend shifting with the 1221. Right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Tommy. I did the same thing when I first started trading. Just because it just seems like something that's natural when you first start trading. But once the market starts going in the other direction, you realize that that's just the wrong thing to do. Like MAs work only in a bull run, and I don't think that it's something that works because it's supposed to that way. I think it's just because of the momentum direction. Whereas like if you're in a bear run, you can get crushed under MAs trying to play those bounces, man. You can get completely obliterated.
In a bull run when it's like zero IQ mode, people will. Yeah. I mean, I actually think that moving averages are a really good tool to use in a bull run like that.
I'm saying watching price as it comes in.
Boomers love their moving averages, man. Sorry.
If you watch it as it comes into an MA, that first tap, you'll get an algorithmic reaction a lot of times.
I mean, it's the same thing. Like I think it was somebody taught me a long time ago, a really, really good trader that I know. And like if you hold it on the 15-minute, you can catch bounces all day on it, right? On the MA. The smaller time frames, it works really well for it. Just the higher time frames, it's one of those things that can definitely get you wrecked on higher time frames. Like daily, weekly, monthly. I would even arguably say like 8-hour, 12-hour, like easily you can get wrecked on those. But like if you're doing like small time frame scalps, I think it's easy to use those MAs as a scenario to watch for price to bounce and so on and so forth. But again, that comes down to the strategy of scalping versus actually trying to trade the market, from a day trader standpoint.
Well, yeah, if you're just trying to be in and out, they definitely work. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to buy spot every time we tap this MA, you're going to lose money. Like
you're going to buy tops and bottoms combined.
Yeah. So this is a nightmare, dude. Look at this. What is this?
Is this Bitcoin?
Yeah.
It's trading like trash, man.
Oof. Hey, you got to highlight that last comment there, Tucker.
Binance just released they're offering 13% APR for staking USDT.
Let's take a look at BNB.
Bro, what?
That's not good, bro.
No, I mean it's. I mean, we can look at it as not good or not bad, but it will draw liquidity. 13% is 13%.
Well, I want you to put your liquidity in that tether pool.
Yeah. I didn't say mine. I said it will draw liquidity.
Yeah, why are they so desperate then for it? Like,
I mean, why is Coinbase offering any type of yield for stablecoin? All these platforms are desperate for liquidity.
There's a difference between getting 5% by them buying treasuries or whatever and 13. Like if it's 13, it's like, where is that coming from?
Yeah, I mean, arguably, I would say you could probably tack on bonds and fees and a lot of other things that they could be adding into that. I mean, we're not talking about like things like ICE, stuff like that, or ohm forks, where they're like,
Well, yeah.
5,000%. Like it's
Don't
just
make me
13.
reminisce again, Will.
Yeah.
Don't make me reminisce again.
The Omies.
I'm just saying, like 13 sounds crazy, but it's really not that bad. Like 13's, it's actually a good yield that I think is feasible for a platform like Binance.
I mean, I can imagine that it's only shorter term program, and they're probably
Exactly.
they're probably just trying to draw people onto their platform with it, and maybe even donating it from their revenues.
Yeah, and
Could be
that's a
from
great
the-
point too,
the
Jack, is
TRB
because if they
source.
can draw people into using the platform,
Yeah,
if they can draw people into using the platform, they might be able to maintain or retain those new customers that they've drawn in, right? And so it could be a scenario too where they're taking an L to draw in new liquidity or aka new users.
That's a pretty big reaction from 255 on BNB.
I can't believe you sniped that. Where is it?
Really thought it would I thought it would hang up there a lot longer than it did. It's a little bit surprising.
Tommy just literally shorting the freaking top.
It looked like a sell model to me.
Yeah. Watch this. Hey, we're about to get it. First tap. Watch. First tap. What's gonna happen?
That should be a good scalp long, man. Off the naked point of control there.
I mean, yeah, this is
But
gonna.
I guess Near didn't really give a good reaction from the same trade.
I was watching it. Yeah, I was watching it.
There's
Yeah,
a
but
lot of
Tucker, again, that comes down to there's confluence until there's not, right? There will be a point where that thing will just completely fail.
No, for
That-
sure.
that-
But
that-
I'm saying that first tap, you can absolutely snipe it.
No. What I'm saying is like I watched it happen through 2021's drawdown in 2022. Is there will be points where that whole catching the bounce every single time will fail. It'll just literally just fall right through it.
Yeah.
I think the best example of that, Will, and there was this guy that I followed. I'm not going to name him by name, but it was when Bitcoin was crashing in May of 2021. This was also like my first little bit as well. So I had my net worth like destroyed as a noob back then. But it was when Bitcoin went from, I think, 57 to 42 or to like 39. And you would definitely think at that point it would give a bounce, like a 30% drop. But that's not what happened. He longed a ton of altcoins. Things that had been strong on the complacency shoulder, and Bitcoin went all the way to 28K, another 33% down. He liquidated his whole account. So you do got to be careful with that kind of stuff. But as a scalper, you can get a reaction.
Yeah, scalpers it works, but high time frame plays you can get destroyed trying to play that.
The rumors about Justin's son
Causing
sell off, man.
Yeah.
what?
Do you guys not remember that he slept with an Asian whale's wife?
I thought you meant just now.
The funny part is with these markets that I tend to see those Snorlax is like people always tend to make up some kind of story on why it happened. And they're like, well, this would have never happened. Price would never gone there. It's like, yes, price would have. It's like it had nothing to do with that. Like you think it does, but it's just a story that came out at the same time price crashed. Like that's all it is.
It's one of those things where it's like, it probably didn't happen, but I'm going to choose to assign a little bit of truth to it because it's simply the most entertaining outcome.
There you go. Exactly. That's what people tend to do in these markets. They tend to assign truth to an event to as a catalyst for a reason for price, and that's not how that's not how price works. Price moves, and then catalysts miraculously occur, right? And this is why you don't fake trends, because momentum will tell you more positive catalysts are coming, or momentum will tell you more negative catalysts are coming, and that's without even knowing what the catalyst is. It's just looking at momentum and looking at price. And I think like you're very well aware of that, as well as I think Jack is too. And this Jack is a strong believer. That's why I love hearing what Jack has to say, and I love hearing what the panel has to say here, because we all know price is king when it comes to these markets. It doesn't. I don't give a s about your world wars or your pandemics or any of that stuff. Like those things come and go. Price will tell you when they're coming. It will tell you when they're coming. Somebody knows that new strain is coming out before you ever know that new strain is coming out, and
Just
that
look
person's
at the
already
just look at the Novavax chart, man. That will always tell you when the new strain's coming out. I kind of back tested it.
No way.
Well, I mean, it's like it's just very funny when it pumps and when it doesn't pump. But like historically speaking, you could buy at this level and potentially sell much higher. But you could be holding on to it for a pretty long time.
120 here, but they haven't split since. 300 still on the cards.
Do you know the way I look at it, man? I look at it like this: when the news hits your ears, right, and you're selling because of some kind of systemic event, with everybody else selling. Do you know who everybody else selling with you is? They're all retail selling the bottom. Do you know who sold before you sold? Big money, smart money. They already got out before you even got a chance to get out. And now they're going to buy your bags at much cheaper prices because you're selling the bottom of the move, typically based off of news that you have no clue how it affects markets. That's why price action is better than any type of systemic news.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the war scenario. People keep on talking about World War III. Go back through all major events war wise. They've all been positive for markets. Every single one of them.
You guys ready for ES 4490?
You guys ready for the punt?
Hey, is Jack still here?
Yeah, I'm here, Will.
Oh, I thought you were just listening to me rant. That's fine. No,
I let you cook.
Will, I need your
I
steak
mean,
again, man.
I'm
What's that?
cooking the other days, so nowadays you're cooking.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Will, I need your steak and eggs again.
Steak and eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Man, oh man, look.
Need to let you cook.
I'm just saying, man. That's why I get irritated when people are like, "Oh, this catalyst or that." Did you hear what happened? I don't care what happened. Price already told me.
Just reading all these comments. What do you think about this punt?
Oh, on Bitcoin?
A little punt long?
Probably is a long after New York session, man.
Yeah.
PA a lot of times this year where like on a lower time frame, it's you kind of have spot selling or what appears to be spot selling, and it's very mechanical price action. Like you protect the highs, you get a sweep of the lows, and then you bounce back to take the bleed PA. It's just very aids to trade until after New York session is closed because it's the most liquid period.
Catch that last comment there. That's just hilarious. Oh,
Guys,
man.
where is the news of Binance charging 13% APR? I don't see that. Is it like on the official side? I don't see it on Twitter.
Let's see.
Tucker, highlight that last comment, bro.
Well, you can't attack the people in our comments. And
No, I'm not. I love it. I love the comment. I'm not at all attacking him, man. Like I'm legit love it. That's funny as hell. Like
the
I like the context he used. That was good. That was
Dylan
good.
where to have fun staying poor defending FTX.
Jackus, I'm gonna post it in the text chat.
You found it, Thomas?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, dude, it is
I'd love
not.
to know.
It is a little sus. They are offering 13%. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's why I want to know more.
Yeah.
You
It's funny
can always
though.
dig into those things though. The funny part is like, or at least for me, like I've never promoted FTX, never used FTX. I told people to sell Luna at the top, and I got bashed for it. All of 2022, like I was a super bear, like super, like go through my timeline. I was telling people like, look, it's the end of times at the beginning of 2022. I'm like, you're gonna lose everything, and a lot of people
I'm
did.
sure they were very receptive to that.
No, I got bashed in the comments continuously, man. Like people were like, "Oh, you're just a super bear, blah blah blah. You don't understand super cycles." And I'm like, What is a super cycle? Explain to me the definition of your ideology of a super cycle, because I want to hear it. I'm all for it. I don't believe in none of that stuff. I don't believe in a super cycle. I don't believe in a mega bear market that never ends. I don't believe in either side of those trades. I believe in where price action is right now and where what the momentum looks like. That's it at the end of the day for me. If price were to reverse tomorrow and we were to start to see negative quarter after negative quarter, again, I like to see long time frame appreciation or depreciation, then I would be like, you know what, this is not looking too good, guys. Like, I think it's time to get out. It's time. It's over. The musical chairs have stopped. The last person has sat, and you didn't get a seat. So you need to exit before they close the doors and gas the entire room.
Man, why I cannot see, like I go on the Binance page and I cannot see that news there. And like I can see it when you send it to me, Tommy, if I open the link, but if I go on their Twitter page or X page, I just cannot find it there, no matter what tabs I look at.
It says it was
so
about
weird.
13 hours ago, if that helps.
Sorry?
It says it was about 13 hours ago, if that helps.
Well, here it is, guys.
Wait, what?
It says
was-
it was tweeted out about 13 hours ago, if that helps, like locate it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, that's weird. Like to me, that date shows that it was tweeted out today. That's so confusing, man.
Is it inversely correlated with TRB? What does TRB look like, Tucker?
TRB.
This coin is sus, man. I don't know that I believe that it's just people repeatedly short it.
Yeah, found it.
But I will say this is a market making master class, man. Like they will write legends about DWF and the Binance cartel for market making this one.
Well, there's nothing in the world better than a good market maker. Like nothing beats a good market maker. You know that, Tommy. Like nothing. I don't care if it's a scam. I don't care what it is. Nothing beat. I mean, look at ICE, bro. Nothing beats a good market maker, man.
Man, I was talking to some friends yesterday about our favorite market making performances, almost as if it was like a Hall of Fame, sport player or like sporting player. Do you guys have any time periods of PA with a coin that stick out to you where the market maker was just a total Chad?
It's a good question.
Another one of my favorites was Near in the spring, that like 12 to 20 range. where it was just like a mass. It was all VCs distributing to one another. It was the most PvP environment I've ever seen on an altcoin. But that's another one that I really liked. Not that I love to trade it, but
This?
no, it was the upper range, the breakout. Yeah, that.
Yeah, so I was reading a little bit, and I found that they actually claimed that the daily rewards for that APR of that 13% are actually distributed from Binance own funds, as I was expecting to be.
House funds.
Their own funds. It's from their own funds.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too.
Yeah.
Jackus, that's what I was saying. It's probably more of a promotion that they're trying to get more people on the platform than it is just some scam that they come up with.
Yeah, that said, I don't think it's a good one though, because everyone is scared of this, in my opinion. I don't know if it's a good marketing strategy though, right?
It's not. It's not. It's just that I think that's their angle though, right? Like I think they're seeing liquidity start to flow in. They're trying to attract some of that liquidity, so they're willing to throw some money out to attract it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's not something I think that they're trying to do from a sustainable standpoint. It's not something I think they're trying to do from a long-term standpoint.
Yeah, that's a good point, and it's flexible, right? So they probably just wanted to attract people. They deposit, and then I think they also have, if you ever used these products, they usually have a very limited amount that can be deposited into these. So once it's locked in, they don't offer that anymore. And sometimes it can be like for months or maybe 3 months period when they offer these types of returns. So as you say, it's probably like I can see that being the case.
It's a promotional, right? Because a lot of people, what they like to do is they like to put their money in one place, and they like to have it all in that one place. So if people start deposits on Binance, they may stay on Binance and not go to other platforms right away, which means a lot of liquidity could flow in.
I still don't like it though. Like what I would love is, I don't know, I think like 8%, right? That would make more sense, considering that, you're gonna get 5%. Well, not 5% anymore. It's like, what is it, 4.9 on 10-year yield, but still, let's say 5%. So if they offer 8%, right, for that extra risk, in my opinion, that's a reasonable price, not 13%.
Yeah, you know what I like better than that though, Jackus? I like, sorry. And I was gonna go to the like button because it was a good catch, but I do want to give a realistic take, and I do like the free money that Coinbase gives away. Now that is attractive, right? And what I mean by that is like their learning program that they give. You can do this and that, you get $10. You do this and that, you get $20. You get this and that, you get another $15. You do this and that, it's $5. And they just they pay you to learn some little nuanced, easy stuff, wallets, and understand how to move NFTs and stuff like that. You have to add a little bit of liquidity to do it, but they pay you in the end to do that. And I think that that's the better approach, in my opinion, if you're trying to onboard new people, right? Because you're teaching them, you're also paying them, and you're attracting them through that versus trying to say, hey, here's some APR, come to our platform.
Yeah.
So I'll give kudos to Coinbase for that one, right? Like I think that they're doing it better in the way that they're approaching it, whereas like Binance is just trying to like, I guess, so Binance is trying to like more or less, wrestle or arm wrestle the market to it, whereas Coinbase is trying to caress the market to it, right? Here's a little bit of money, try out our platform. Here's a little bit of money, learn how to use a wallet. Here's a little bit of money. Here's some security stuff. Like we're teaching you and paying you to be taught. And like people like those kind of
things. Indeed. I think we can all agree that 13% is probably, well, we'll see. I mean, it's their tactic. We can call it, as Will is saying, a little bit a red flag, maybe, but I wouldn't deem it as much, considering it's probably really short term and the yield is probably like, I don't know, like below 10% the next day, most likely. But yeah, definitely what you said, Will, makes lots of sense. Yep. By the way, guys, oil is just dropping below August lows, so I just nailed another higher time frame move. So gotta flex a little bit there.
Oh yeah. I saw somebody else post a long setup for oil. I don't trade it because I have no idea. Like I'm not a big I just don't really look at the chart, but I do know it as one of the most unforgiving assets to trade. So yeah, no, I mean if we got somebody crushing oil in our Discord, you guys should definitely be joining.
Oh,
sorry, it's a little windy, but on oil, I posted a thing on it the other day. There's the White House is buying anything around 70, so you should find support around there. So the long around that price is actually not bad at all. I posted a thing on it. It's like when they fill reserves, that's the price range they want to be around when they do that.
Oil is not going to 70, I think.
No, I'm just saying, like that's
good point.
That's
good
as
point,
low
good
as it
point.
can go, right? That's basically what I'm saying. Like it can't go any lower than that because of that. It just provides structural support there.
I mean, I would love if everyone starts to call for new lows now on oil. Everyone was calling for 3 digits, right? Well, when we talked live on stream, that oil is stopping at 93. So, and everyone was calling for 3 digits. Now that it's come to our target, everyone's gonna be calling, and I hope for new lows. So yeah. It's gonna lower CPI a lot, by the way, guys. Those that are watching,
We have CPI, by the way.
I think it's Monday or Tuesday next week. It's Tuesday, so it currently doesn't have forecast, but my estimate is anything at or below 3.3%.
All right, I got to run, guys. But good talk.
See you, Will.
Good talk. See ya.
I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna get for breakfast, man. He always has a breakfast burrito with steak and always gets the gets my brain on food.
You want to wrap her up here?
Yeah, I can go ahead and do the whole end spiel. Thank you guys for being here. Of course, like Max said, we do have some premium services. If you enjoyed the content, of course, and you feel like you've learned something, helped make you guys some money through these shows, anything, you can get access to it for free for 1 month. So come check it out. We've got a bunch of guys who've been killing the market. But I will give the other more formal wrap up. But thank you guys so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow, of course. As always, make sure to tune in for our spaces with Wabi on Twitter for Market Talk. We've got a really cool guest coming on tomorrow, like we were hinting at. Really excited to get those guys up there. So stay tuned to all of our communication channels. And we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.
Oh, I got it. I'll take us out, boys. Don't worry.
Peace out.